Hey everybody, what is going on? Hexlex here with another Master Duel video for you guys. Today we're going to be doing yet another one of our viewer specials. This one is going to be number 17. Number 17, I'll just avoid talking about the number, although now I talk about avoiding talking about the number every time, so is that really any better? But just as always as ever, I am completely floored by how supportive everyone is, not just for the channel in general, but especially for this series. Obviously this series could not happen without you, the viewers. For those of you who don't know what the viewer special is, maybe this is your first one. What we do here about once a week on the channel is I will gather replays from you all, the viewers, to feature here on the channel. I like doing this for a multitude of reasons. One, it allows me to properly, I guess it's my way of showing appreciation as well as giving you all a platform here on the channel, because I talk about it at the end of the videos a lot when I talk about getting feedback from you all in the comments. One of the things that I'm really big about, not just in here on the channel, but like in my life in general, is community-based learning, right? Peers educating peers is something I feel very strongly about. So getting to do it here on the channel is awesome. Again, not just from advice that everyone gives in the comments, which not only helps me, but everyone who's watching as well. But then I also like to feature gameplay, because I feel like it's so important to not just watch, like, in order to improve at a craft, you should not just watch one person, you should be watching multiple people. I think that's the best way to improve, is to be learning from multiple people. So and given that, again, learning together is like the overall theme of what I like to go for here on the channel, I figure what better way to do that than to feature all of your games as well, or at least as many as I can. So if you're wondering how to submit gameplay, there are a couple ways you can do that. The main one, the best way to do it, is if you check out my description below, you will see a link to my Twitter. If you click that link and go to my profile there on Twitter, right at the top I have a pinned tweet that's from a few months ago, but I'm still using it to gather replays there. Reply there, that is the best place to do it. I like to keep it there, ideally, because it's like one neat organized place where I can just have all those replies ready to, or I can just look at the replies and have all of these submissions there. If you don't have a Twitter, though, don't worry about it. You can definitely submit your replay to the comments below this YouTube video as well. Particularly if you do it on the viewer specials, that's obviously, again, easier for me to track down where those replays are, is if they're in the comments of the viewer special videos. So yeah, if you have a replay that you have saved and you want to feature it, then the way to submit it, aside from where to do it, you'll want to share your 9-digit player ID as seen here. It also helps to, you also want to make the replay public. That's very important. If you don't save the replay and make it public, then I won't be able to view it. So definitely make sure that it's public there, so that way, it's happened before, I'll go to someone's profile and there just won't be any replays at all, and it's like, they didn't make it public, no, now I can't feature it. And I definitely want to feature as many games as I can, like I said. So it also helps if you leave a little just note, so that I know specifically if you have multiple replays saved, like which one to look for. Usually like the date and the time is fine enough. And then also if you feel like it as well, just a little blurb about, like, I played this deck versus this deck, or like, the game kind of went like this, if you feel like checking it out. That's definitely helpful as well, just to get an idea of what I am going into when I check out a replay there. So yeah, that is how you are able to feature, like I said. So now that we have covered that, let's go and take a look at some of your games. Alright, so the first game today comes to us from Gimme to Win, who I think we've featured in the viewer special before. In any case, I know I see in the comments on Twitter all the time, so definitely appreciate your viewership there. Also, wow, you're at level 40. You're almost at max level. Jeez, I don't know that I've seen anyone like at level 50 or this close to level 50 before. That's actually pretty wild. In any case, you have a game where you are playing with Phantom Knights, so I definitely want to check this out. I love Phantom Knights, and I haven't had a chance to go back to it really, like, since the new, what came out? What came out in between? Was it the new? Yeah, duh, it was the Branded Despia deck. Jeez, what came out? Oh my god. Since Branded Despia came out, I haven't had a chance to personally revisit Phantom Knights yet, so I wanted to live vicariously through you for a moment and just watch this replay. Just watch a good old classic Phantom Knight game. We love to see it there. So, well, they actually had the Raigeki for the Wandering Griffin Rider. That's pretty unlucky, but it doesn't seem like with this hand it's going to be too big of a deal, hopefully. Got the Kagemusha Knight. Huh, that's okay. So yeah, they must have I don't know, I guess I thought you were activating the Torn Scales effect. I thought you were too for a second. I thought you were discarding the Kagemusha. That threw me off for some reason, but yeah, you know, obviously the Torn Scales being negated is definitely not that big of a deal. Actually, isn't that fine? Because we could have oh, but I think we still activate the effect. I don't know actually if you activate a normal summon monster's effect and it gets negated, can you still write of Armiseer? Also, you have a Royal Finish Rusty Bardish? Oh, jealous. Jealous! I'm so jealous, but oh yeah, and we had the Griffin Rider in the grave anyway, that's right. So we wouldn't have even wanted to necessarily go for the adventure line anyway. Looks like we're going for more of a quote-unquote classic line here, where we're gonna end on... I don't know what we're going to end on, actually. That's the cool thing about Phantom Knights, too, is especially watching other people play Phantom Knights is like, you know, watch it. Like, there's so many different things that we can pivot into from here, especially because we have the Cherubini on board, because we're playing the Burning Abyss engine as well. It's like, that's like, I'm like, oh, what are we going to do? Although, I think we can set up an OTK here, potentially, if we're playing Access Code and Nightmare Unicorn. Maybe? I'm not sure, actually, but in any case... Looks like we are setting up a Scythe Lock. Gotta love the old Scythe Lock there. With the Ragged Gloves for the Fog Blade. Oh, we're setting up the Vert, I assume, at this point. I don't know, again, actually, there's so many different things you can do with Phantom Knights that I never know what to assume the opponent is making. Ooh, the IP Masquerena. Okay, here's the Vert, yep. So yeah, I didn't, I think you actually posted the list to the Twitter. I don't remember exactly what all was in the extra deck. I think we could have gone for an OTK if we had made Nightmare Unicorn and then gone into Access Code, but obviously, you know, we're so far ahead at this point anyway that it might as well be, oh, look, we're even playing against Sword Soul. Yeah, it's so far ahead at this point, if I can say the words in the right order here, we are so far ahead at this point in the game anyway that we might as well have OTK'd, because especially against Sword Soul, just having the Scythe Lock set up for the opponent's turn here is just like, yeah, it's over. It's over at this point. I think of that Simpsons meme where it's like, not even meme, that scene when it's just like, stop, he's already dead, Oh wow, they had the Dark Hole. That's pretty wild, although we have the IP Masquerena as well, but just crazy that our opponent had like the Dark Hole and oh, I actually get to see the Dark Hole animation. I've never actually seen this animation play in the actual game, I don't think anyway. Ooh, we're playing the Avra Max. Oh, such a cool animation for a card that unfortunately almost never gets played, but yeah, awesome. Thank you for that submission. I very much appreciate it, and I very much appreciate your continued viewership as well. So, all right, let's go and take a look at the next game. All right, so the next game submitted to us here comes from Mystic Wolf, who has a game where they were playing Dragon Maid Branded versus Adamancipator. I've played against one Dragon Maid Branded deck, and I actually kind of got my ass kicked by it. Like, they put out the Mirror Jade. I think they put out the Shiyu and the Mirror Jade. I can't remember if it was both on turn one, but I had to deal with both over the course of the game, and I was like, I kind of want to look into this. That deck seems pretty cool. So yeah, I definitely wanted to get your take on it here when I saw that submission there. Oh wow, they're playing like deep. This is a deep Adamancipator cut. Look at this, the field spell here, but it doesn't look like they were able to find much of anything off of it. So yeah, I want to see how this this Dragon Maid Branded plays out here. Dragon Maid is a deck I've kind of been, another one of those decks I've been kind of meaning to go back to, but like, I don't know, it's like, I don't want to complain about getting a bunch of new ban lists and releases, because that's definitely, like, obviously really cool. There are a lot of times, though, where it's like, I want to go back to other decks, too, but there's so many new decks coming out as well. It's like, oh, where do you have the time? Hopefully I will actually have more time, just in general, soon. Not just for, like, other decks, but, like, the game and the channel. I'm foreseeing a possible, just like, well, I am on. I never know how like vague or specific to be. Okay, yeah, so you can get Mirror Jade and Shiyu out pretty easily at the same time. Suffice it to say, there are going to be some changes in my life here soon that could allow for more time, just for, you know, to work more on content in general. I won't make any promises, but to possibly pick up regular streaming again, we will see. But Wow, we were able to just straight up OTK. That's wild. I am kind of mad I talked over that because I kind of wanted to pay attention to the combo that you did. I'm actually definitely going to be just like revisiting this replay a couple of times as I want to learn more about this deck. So, if you don't mind, I guess leaving it up for me for a little bit in that regard, I would appreciate that, Mystic Wolf. Thank you very much for sharing that. That was definitely a short but sweet one. Wow, an OTK, like I wasn't even sure going into it. Like I was like, I'm pretty sure you can put out Shiyu plus Mirror Jade on the same turn, but like it's like, yeah, you can do that, and you can also just OTK on the same turn as well. That's again insane. That's awesome. Yeah, thanks again for submitting. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Alright, so this game is going to come to us from N64 Central, who I think even left a comment to the effect of like, notice me, Hexlex, like, don't worry, you have been noticed. I notice your comments all the time, and other regular comments are there. You have an 11-turn Trizu game for us. That is awesome. I am absolutely down to see this because, as we all know, I love Trizu. I have an unabashed love for Trizu. At this point, it just brings nostalgia, you know, which is kind of weird to say. It's weird to think that Master Duel is almost a year old. That does not feel like it should be the case. It still feels like it just came out, but I definitely have a lot of nostalgia already for Trizu just as a deck. It's so fun, and of course, it's the first deck. It's the first deck I featured, period, on the channel, like relating to Master Duel, and it's definitely the one that just got me hooked into Master Duel. Just not only, you know, obviously featuring the deck on the channel and playing, you know, duels for the channel got me hooked into Master Duel a little bit more, at least a little bit more than I would have anyway, but also just like how much fun Tri-Brigade Zodiac is definitely got me, because I know I talk about this sometimes, but when I started playing Master Duel, I hadn't played Yu-Gi-Oh! Competitively, or at all, honestly, in like 6, maybe even 7, no, it was 6 years at that point. Like 2015, 2016, somewhere in that time frame. So like 5 or 6 years. No, definitely not 5 or 6 years. That would be like 6 or 7, yeah. So, wow, math, I'm good at it, I swear. In any case, yeah, it's just been so long since I played Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was like, I don't know. It's funny, I didn't even really intend to play that much Master Duel. I was actually kind of using it as a buffer until, what was it? Pokemon Legends Arceus came out. I was like, just kind of waiting for that game to come out, and I was like, oh, Master Duel just came out. I guess I'll play it for like this week or so, and then maybe a little bit after that, just while I wait for Pokemon Legends Arceus to come out. And then, of course, like, you know, I got into Tri-Brigade because I pulled 2 Shurig, like very early on. So I was like, okay, if I'm gonna have 2 of these already, I might as well play like the best deck right now in this format. And then from there, it was just like, yeah, I don't know. I hit platinum, and I was like, okay, I'll make a YouTube video, and then the rest is kind of history at this point. So, in any case, at this point, I'm just gushing about how much and just reflecting just about how much I love Trizu. But, yeah, so we're playing against a Red Dragon deck here. I don't really know much about red as an archetype. I know obviously you go for the big level 12 one. Oh, wait, they're doing it right now, actually. Yeah, because you can use like multiple tuners to make it. Yeah, this is it, the Red Supernova. Because isn't this thing like immune to effects? Oh, it can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. I thought it was unaffected, but... Oh, this is what it is. Once per turn, a monster or a monster requires an attack. That's right, it's not just like a monster negate. It's like when you declare an attack or activate an effect, it just straight up banishes all cards. All cards on your opponent's side of the field. That's just so nutty. And then of course it's also got a ridiculous amount of stats. It looks like they're doing some of the assault mode combos as well on top of that. Wow. And the Kaiser calls. Oh, I guess it makes sense though. You like make the Supernova and you play Kaiser and like that Necro Valley and stuff, and you just kind of like sit on that. I definitely see the well, maybe not the appeal, but the strategy. I kind of see the appeal too, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely played decks like this before. Nibiru, right on time, right? So, let's see. Yeah, we have the Feather Duster to get rid of the back row. Still, though, the Red Supernova, at the very least, is only immune to destruction. I thought this was, like, unaffected by opponent's card effects, but... no, if it's just destruction, that's definitely not as bad. And then, yeah, we didn't use the normal, right? Yeah, we used the Keros there. So, I believe this should be... Let me see here. No, it wouldn't have been no TK. I was trying to figure out if we could get out Shurg plus access code, but we would have had to have had another Zodiac monster in hand to be able to do that. Or not Zodiac, another Tri-Brigade monster. We had a Zodiac monster, but not a Tri-Brigade. That's what it was. Okay, they're getting the Synchron Resonator. Gotta love how, like, Konami gets around, like, the spelling to make sure that it doesn't accidentally get supported. Like, no, it's Synchron, not Synchron. Like, totally different. Okay, let's see. They do have the red Supernova F here. But we still get to, yeah, we still get to some of the Double Dragon Lords, so... Trying to think. Oh wow, they have Witch of the Black Forest. That's like, oh my god, I just had this moment of like, I haven't seen that card forever. That card is legal? Oh yeah, that card got eroded. Like I just had like that chain reaction of thoughts just now. Like, oh man, blast from the past seeing that. I still think of, I mean, I'm a Yugi boomer, so I see Witch of the Black Forest, and I still think like, my brain is still in like 2005 and thinks that card is OP because I'm gonna search Genzo. Like. Although that's more of like a 2004 play, I think. 2005 we're venturing more to like GOAT format, right? I don't know. I have a hard time pinning like specific years to formats sometimes. Unless it's like a particularly memorable one for me. Like Edison format, 2010. It was, you know, between that ban list and when the Shining Darkness came out, just like, the best format. The best format. Let's see. So at this point, we really just need a top deck like any Tri-Brigade or decently sized monster for lethal, right? Because, yeah, we're just going to get rid of our opponent's board. And because we sent the red Supernova, it's actually not able to come back anymore, which is definitely nice. Let's see what we end up ripping. Oh, yeah, just... Or as Zodiac, I guess, at this point. Oh, no, that's not quite lethal, is it? Yeah, they're going to be at 300. Oh, we're so, like, so tantalizingly close at this point. Oh, games like this can be so, like, frustrating. Oh, this Nibiru that's in our hand too is especially frustrating because again, if it came like one turn too late, if it had come one turn sooner, but oh no, we should have summoned the Maxi. Oh no, we could have ended, yeah, we could have ended the duel in this turn. I definitely understand not wanting to summon it, but like that would have been, that's me being impatient, I think. But we also had the Whiptail banish for the face down monster too, so we could have done that as well, but it looks like it's not going to really end up mattering. The opponent just said another monster anyway, so at this rate we can make the safer play. Just summon the Thoroughblade, and yeah, smack the Ash and banish it, and just finish him off the Thoroughblade. So cool, yeah, awesome. Definitely love to see Tri-Zoo games. It's been so long. I mean, we featured it in Season 8, but like it's probably not honestly going to see much, if any, Tri-Zoo moving forward from here, so just always nice to get a little bit more on the channel. I might come back to it, like, at some point, just out of nostalgia or something. I don't know. Yeah, we have time for one more game. Let's take a look at one more before we end off here. Okay, so for our last game here, we have Jin Woo is going to show us some Dragon Link plays. This is another one of those cases where, like, I want to feature the replay for my own sake, because I want to see... you know, some of the combos that are done. So sound like you had a like pretty good turn one. It sounded like you said it was like a standard combo, so like just that phrasing alone, I'm like, I assume you know what you're talking about. You mentioned you had like even a leftover normal summon, so I'm definitely eager to see how this plays out. This is probably gonna be another replay that, like, if you don't mind leaving this up for a little bit so I can come back and refresh myself on it. It's just Dragon Link is one of those decks where like I want to play it more. I just need to get more comfortable with it. I need to do more research, learn more of the combos. So, yeah, just again, another reason why I love featuring everyone's replays on the channel here. Oh yeah, the quick launch in the Water Enchantress. This hand looks great. And the Wyvern Burster too. Wow, okay, so I'm gonna like actually pay attention here. So Enchantress chaining the quick launch, okay. I know we don't necessarily have to do it in that order, but just don't mind me, just taking mental and out loud notes. So, yep, for the Fateful Adventure, linking off the Tracer for the Striker Dragon, presumably, and then the Boot Sector launch. Oh, that also let us get the Draco back for the... Oh, that also sets up the Dark Engrave for the Wyver Burster. God, because see, sometimes I get stuck on like wanting to activate Tracer before I send it to the graveyard, but you don't have to do that because you can just summon another Tracer like later in the turn. So, plus this lets us set up the Wandering Griffin Rider before doing anything else here, which is very, very nice. Like this is even, let me think, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the Griffin I think was summon number 5 there, right? Summon number 5. Just always think of that song whenever I say summon number 5 in reference to Nibiru. But yeah, so that's definitely good that we were able to get the Griffin Rider out on the Nibiru summon to make sure that doesn't happen to us. Yeah, so I don't know exactly how differently this deck is going to play with Hulk gone. I don't think Dragon Link is dead, right? Because I know you don't need Hulk to make plays, but Hulk is definitely a decent part of the plays that Dragon Link makes, so... We probably... I wonder if we still... I don't think we... Do we still use the Rose engine after? I don't know. I need to learn more about Dragon Links in general, especially again with this this Hulk ban coming up. You know, in that regard, maybe it would behoove me. I don't know. There's still definitely a lot of knowledge you can apply from before, quote unquote, beforehand as well. I was gonna say maybe it would behoove me to just wait and learn a little bit more about the deck until the new stuff or the ban list takes effect. Okay, I'm eager to see Shooting Riser Dragon on the board here, because I feel like I never make that card in this deck, and it's mostly just because I don't know how to, or how to use it. Oh, we're using it to go into Pissy. I didn't even think about that. And then, yeah, now we can go into another Striker Dragon, right? Yeah, and then we can use Pissy to... Ah, I see. I was wondering too, because sometimes it felt awkward to try to go into Pissy, so I wondered how other people were doing it. You can anyway, you don't have to, but you can use Shooting Riser Dragon for it. That's smart. I never did think of that, so again, yeah, just one of many reasons why I like doing these these specials here, because you all just end up teaching me so much, you know? You really do too. It's definitely much appreciated and needed, frankly, on my part. Ah, yeah, the Borland. So nice, so clean. We got the Borland and the Baron, and we can make a Borload too. Yeah, was it you? Somebody left a comment on my Dragon Link video saying that you can end with Borland and Borload and a Baron, which is so... Excuse me. So absolutely ridiculous. Just so absolutely ridiculous. And yep, that is definitely going to get the concede from the opponent there. It's like, what are they even supposed to do? Oh, you've even got the Borload. Maybe I should get the Borload mate just for when I'm playing this deck too. That's, yeah, I might end up doing that. You've inspired me in more ways than one, so thank you very, very much for your submission here. Alright, that's going to go ahead and do it for the games for this special. Let's go ahead and move now to the outro. Alright everybody, just wanted to thank you as always as ever for watching to the very end of the video like this. That means a lot, not only to me personally, but also as a means of supporting the channel. And as always at the end of these viewer specials, got to give a huge thank you to everyone who submitted games. Even if your game didn't get featured, you know, one, I do still watch, you know, the vast majority of them, and I do still learn things from them, so, you know, thank you all the same for submitting. And also, you know, don't let that discourage you. You know, feel free to submit more games. Submit as many as you want, as long as you're not just spamming the same game over and over again. Definitely keep submitting games, and there is a, you know, I plan on doing this series for many more weeks to come, so there is definitely a good chance that at some point down the road you will be featured there. And I do like to go out of my way to include not only people who are like regular viewers, but also people who haven't submitted before, to get a nice balance of the two. So yeah, definitely keep submitting. Love to see the submissions there. Just love the engagement in general. That's very much something I wanted to do with the channel. Like I knew when I started doing Master Duel stuff, and really when I started getting the feedback and realizing how helpful it was for me, I was like, oh, I don't want this to just be me talking to people and feeling like I'm like the sole instructor here. Again, I don't like that role just in general, but especially like in regards to the channel here. I feel like I have so much to learn from you all that I think it's important to feature you all in this capacity as well. But yeah, in any case, let's go ahead and do it for this one. So without further ado, this is XLex signing out. Hope you guys have a fantastic day.